Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's local sports. The Big Bend Lady Vikings dropped a hard-fought 3-1 volleyball match to Treasure Valley at home Saturday afternoon. The game was competitive throughout as Big Bend rallied to take the first set 25-21. The Chuckers bounced back to win the second set 25-21 to even the match 1-all. Treasure Valley took the third set as well, 25-18, to go up 2-1 at the break. The Lady Vikings, needing to take the fourth set to even things up, came up on the short end of the scoreboard 25-20 and lost the match 3-1. The loss drops Big Bend to 3-3 in the NWAC East Region standings. The Chuckers improved to 3-4 and just one game back of the Lady Vikings as the teams jockey for the fourth playoff spot. Big Bend is back on the court Wednesday when the Lady Vikings host the 4-1 Spokane Sasquatch at 6 p.m. iFIBER 1 Sports will be broadcasting the match live. Moses Lake dug itself a huge hole down 20-7 to Eastmont at the end of the first quarter of play in Big 9 football action Friday, but the Chiefs found the will to shovel themselves out in a 49-42 come-from-behind win on the road over the Wildcats. The Chiefs improved to 3-1 in the Big 9 League standings with the win and move into a three-way tie for first with Wenatchee and Eisenhower. Moses Lake is back in action Friday at Lions Field at 7 p.m. for a non-league game against the Sunnyside Grizzlies. Quarterback Dallas Isaac ran for 330 yards on 34 carries and 5 touchdowns and threw for 120 yards and 3 scores to lead the Elmira Cooley Heartline Warriors to a 54-50 win over the Waterville Shockers Friday. The game was a back-and-forth battle between two Central Washington 1B foes that saw high scoring and big leads evaporate. The Warriors jumped out to a 22-0 lead at the end of the first quarter and seemed to be in control of things, up 34-14 at the half. Down by 20 on their home turf, the Shockers showed true grit, going on a 22-0 run of their own to go up top 36-34 at the end of the third quarter. The teams traded scores in the fourth, and with a slim 48-44 lead with 3 minutes left, ACH appeared to have sealed a victory with a score off an interception to make it a two-possession game, 54-44. But Waterville got a quick score that was set up on a long kick return to give the Shockers hope, 54-50. Waterville forced the Warriors to go 3-and-out and punt on their next possession. A short kick gave the Shockers the ball at midfield. Waterville looked to be going for the go-ahead score, but the drive ended at the ACH 25-yard line as time ran out. The Warriors' starting running back and safety Cody Boutain played 3/4 of the game on a broken leg. ACH coaches originally thought he had a bad cramp and didn't find out until Saturday morning after receiving a call from Boutain in the hospital that it was indeed a hairline fracture of his left leg. Boutain is expected to be out a minimum of 6 weeks. And unless the Warriors make a deep run in the postseason, he appears to be done for the year. The Warriors are back at it Friday when the team travels to Entiat for a league game against the Tigers. The Ephrata Tigers were dealt a 24-3 loss on the road to CWAC foe Othello Friday. Defense reigned supreme through the first half of play, with the Huskies putting the only score on the board to take a 6-0 lead at intermission. Othello pushed its lead to 9-0 on a 37-yard field goal early in the third quarter. A 26-yard Dalton Johnson field goal got Ephrata within a touchdown, 9-3, as the quarter came to an end. The Huskies scored twice in the final 12 minutes of action to run away with the game, 24-3. The loss drops the Tigers to 2-2 in the league standings and 3-2 overall. Ephrata is back on the gridiron Friday when the team hosts the 1-3 Sela Vikings. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. Quarterback Joe Cutchell threw for 308 yards and 4 touchdowns, and running back Neil Wells busted loose for a 50-yard score. But their efforts weren't enough to propel the Soap Lake Eagles to a win over Wilbur Creston. Soap Lake tried unsuccessfully to play catch-up all game long as the Eagles fell behind 38-12 at the end of the first quarter and trailed 54-18 at the half. The 60-34 loss puts the Eagles at 0-2 in the Central Washington 1B South standings and 3-2 overall. Soap Lake will try and snap a 2-game skid when the Eagles travel to Waterville Friday for a game with the Shockers. The Quincy Jacks moved within 1 game of first place in the Caribou Trail League standings with an 18-0 shutout win on the road in Omak Friday. Quincy at 3-1 looks to make it 3 wins in a row when the Jacks host the 1-2 Chelan Goats. The game is scheduled to get underway at 7 p.m. Well, be sure and tune in tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for the Moses Lake soccer match against Davis High School at Lions Field. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.